Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of 6 for 6. As the World Cup gets underway, we've seen a lot of miraculous stuff that has happened where Germany gets a 7-1 victory over a team and Sweden also does a 5-1 victory as well. So the World Cup is getting really good. Kylian Mbappe has gotten 2 goals. Lionel Messi has a hat trick so far. But today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be focusing on the 4 games that are happening today. Portugal and the Congo for Congo. And then you have England versus Croatia, Ghana versus Panama, Uzbekistan versus Colombia on top of that. So we got a lot of good stuff. The real question is, can Cristiano Ronaldo get a hat trick against the Democratic Republic of the Congo to win this victory for Portugal, or will he fall short and only get 2 goals or only 1 goal? You have to watch to figure out that. Can Harry Kane get past Croatia and Luka Modric on top of that to get England 3 points in the group stage, or will they end in a 0-0 draw? You got to see our analyzation as we get on to today's episode of 6 for 6. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the show on the road. So last episode, ladies and gentlemen, our record was quite interesting. We had a couple draws in there, which kind of threw things off. But hey, that wasn't an L. That's a tie. So our overall record from last episode was 3-0-3. So we got 3 correct picks, 0 incorrect picks, and 3 ties. So overall, I would say we have a pretty good record for the most part, which does bring our season 5 record to 37, 23, and 3. That's pretty much good at that point, if you ask me. But we only got 4 games today, so it's going to be a very quick episode, easy to sit down, watch, and lead you up into the World Cup match. And you can probably keep rewatching this episode since it's going to be on the little bit of the shorter side. But we'll try our best to, keep it as, our traditional 10 minutes as best we can. But we will dive into each matchup coming thus far. Let's start in the 4th slot, ladies and gentlemen, the 4th slot, where we have Uzbekistan and Colombia in the group stage. I would say this is going to be an electric matchup for Uzbekistan. Will they strike first in this World Cup match, or will the power of Colombia just outpace them where it turns into I would say slaughter fest, but a blowout where it's like 4 goals to 1 type of scenario, or 5 goals to 1? Because I know Colombia is that powerhouse soccer team. When they get a good team going, it's kind of hard to stop the Colombia front. But it's down in Mexico, so it's going to be the intensity of that. Uzbekistan has a pretty tough, friendly matchup thus far, where they played the Netherlands, lose 2-1, played Canada, lose 2-0. I mean, it's not looking pretty on that front, but if you look at the Colombia experience over the last few months, you have against Jordan 2-0 victory and then beat Costa Rica 3-1. But then you go back to March, they lose to France 3-1 and then lose to Croatia 2-1. So it's very interesting to see how this Colombia squad fares out. But I think this Colombia squad will edge out in the victory. And it's definitely a critical group stage, I would say, because on the other side that you got the Congo and Portugal. So Colombia really needs this victory today. Uzbekistan needs it the most if they're trying to have a chance in this matchup. I mean, they could get a victory over the Congo to give them a chance alive, but this is one of those pivotal. You got to swing it. I don't think they're going to get out with an easy victory over Portugal. So this is a do or die elimination game for them. Also, it could also, if they do well, put them in the 3rd place scenario where they get into, the bigger bracket at this point. So there's a lot at stake playing in this, as well as goal differential. So it's for them, it's to get the victory, if not get as many goals possible, and try to keep the goal differential to a minimum to give them a fighting chance. But I have Colombia winning this matchup in the group stage. You can catch it today at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Time on FS1. Next up in the group stage, we have Ghana and Panama in this one. I like these 2 teams, but I think it's going to be a very close matchup. I could see being 0-0, but here on 6 for 6, we don't pick ties. We pick winners here. But that's going to be the main thing that we're going to focus on. Winners for days. And I like Ghana for this one. I know Panama can go in and score real quick, and make a nice key statement, a key victory over Ghana. But this is one of those pivotal matchups in the group stage, because if you don't get it right, it's going to be very detrimental, because England and Croatia play today. You're hoping that they draw if you're one of these two teams in the group, and you want to win today so you can sit on top of the group over England and Croatia if they decide to draw. So very pivotal in this group for how these two teams play out. I know they're probably going to try to play for the tie, but like we said here on 6 for 6, we're picking winners, and I'm going to give Ghana the edge on this one. Even though they've tied Wales and they lose to Mexico 2-0 and lost to Germany, they're not really a good squad this year. But I mean, when you look at some of the teams that they played against, Panama is probably the better team, and it might be a landslide on how this one shakes out. But I want to give Ghana a chance to get a victory, if not a draw. But we're picking Ghana to somehow try to win this one. I know it's a long shot, and this is probably going to give us an L. But sometimes crazy things happen in the World Cup, and you can get yourself a nice little victory if you pick the right direction. Next up, we have now the number 2 slot, CR7, Cristiano Ronaldo getting his shot today, seeing what Lionel Messi did last night for Argentina, getting a hat trick, first time ever in Messi's career at the World Cup. But can Cristiano respond in getting a hat trick of his own against the Congo? I don't think it's going to be a Congo line for him tonight. It's going to be a very difficult matchup for him to get that hat trick, but I know Cristiano Ronaldo will find ways to score and find ways to advance this Portugal team to get through. I mean, they have a stellar campaign right now. They have played Nigeria, won 2-1. They played Chile, won 2-1. So they're not really getting a hat trick out of this right now in the friendly group stage. But we'll see how that all shakes out. However, in the Congo, they lost to Chile 2-1, tie with Denmark, beat Jamaica in that instance in the last 3 matchups for their friendly. So it's very interesting how we got to get, but I got to give it to Portugal in this one out of the group stage today. You can catch it today at 1 p.m. Eastern time, 10 a.m. Pacific time on Fox. And now let's talk about the game of the week. England, Croatia. Does the home campaign start today, or will they end in a draw, which will put England friends in a frenzy? Can Harry Kane, if he has a penalty, make that penalty to give England the edge, or will Luka Modric be too much for this England defense and be able to get a goal on their own and make it a draw type of scenario? This is the winning of the group. Whoever gets the 3 points will kind of be in the driver's seat for the rest of this group stage. So this is very pivotal for these two countries, but it doesn't leave one of them out, because there's a chance that whoever loses this match can still win the rest of their group matches and get through with goal differential on top of that. So it'll be very critical to watch. I like England to try to find a way to win it, but it's going to be a true test of attrition and a hard-fought game against Croatia. Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, Croatia in the 2022 World Cup was the 3rd place finisher. In the 2018 World Cup, they were the runner-ups to France. So you can see that this team is destined to try to get back out of the group stage and get through to eventually reach the semis, if not the finals, yet again, with, I would say, Luka Modric's last dance, you can also say, for this one. But you have to see. Tune in at 4 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. Pacific time on Fox. And I have England, because they are finding a way to bring it home, and it's going to try to come home for this England squad. The 3 lions on their shirt to find a way to beat the checkerboards of Croatia in this matchup. So those are my picks. Let's do a quick recap, and we'll get you on out of here so you can enjoy your World Cup today. In the 4th slot, we have Uzbekistan, Colombia, group stage today at 10 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Pacific time on FS1, and have Colombia winning the group stage. Well, not group stage, this matchup. And the 3rd slot, we have Ghana, Panama, group stage today, 7 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Pacific time on FS1, and I have Ghana winning this matchup. And the 2nd slot, you have Portugal and the Democratic Republic of the Congo in the group stage today at 1 p.m. Eastern time, 10 a.m. Pacific time on Fox, and I have Cristiano Ronaldo finding a way to get this victory in the bag with Portugal. And now the game of the week, England versus Croatia. Group stage. The winner takes all basically in this group for today's match. 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Pacific Time on Fox. And I have England bringing it home. And like I said, last episode we were 3-0-1. And then our season 5 thus far, ladies and gentlemen, is 37, 23, and 3. Outside of that, thank you so much for watching today's episode of 6 for 6. And we'll catch you here next time on 6 for 6. So long. Now, bye-bye.